morning, good morning, good morning. Look at y'all up in this bed. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. Happy Tuesday, besties. Good early morning. Shout out to y'all getting ready for work, at work, about to get off of work, whatever part of work. Maybe you off today because you know it's Tuesday. Shout out to Norbit. What is going on besides Brandon Scott? Also known as Doogie. We already know who he is. Other people might not know who he is. But you know what? When I saw this, I was like, ain't nobody around here surprised. Ain't there none of us surprised. If you've been here, you're a regular, smegular. We done already been talking about his ass. We already knew what it was and what is going on. Well, child, allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly, even though I believe in Fox 45, Baltimore, allegedly, he might not be using money the way he's supposed to. Allegedly. He's been getting into fights and not working with the district attorney because I've been having my eye on this. Yeah, I didn't know what, I knew it would come to this. Like, let me just say, because it's not rocket science, because the play is the same over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm waiting for the, but white people do it too. But white people do it too. Y'all already know it's coming, right? But the part that you don't seem to understand, blacks, coloreds, ebonies, ADOS, FBAs, African Americans, blacks, whatever the hell you want to be called, is if y'all always saying that we don't have shit, we don't control shit, it's up to them. How in the hell are we ever going to do it when anybody and everybody seems to go ahead and take your trust for granted and they go and they do this dumb shit over and over and over again? Over and over and over again. It's the same shit, just a different Negro. And this one is not a surprise, child. While we didn't talk about it too much, y'all already know, I'm assuming, about the damn vehicle, of which he told the reporter because she was asking questions that she was racist. Because it's always racism, and that's supposed to make somebody go and cower. But you already know that shit don't work no more. Or you got to say, you wouldn't ask Trump about this.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist. Racist!
As you know, it's always, but he's a 34 count felon and you wouldn't ask him that. Well, why wouldn't anybody ask him that? Well, he ain't running around here with $165,000 or so car, truck, whatever. And guess what? He's the damn president. But if you trying to act like nobody talks about Trump, child, all y'all do is talk about Donald damn Trump, that you're willing to forget this nigga, okay? And all the rest of them. And that's why I said, is this Tiffany? Shout out to Big Tiff. Shout out to Big Tiff, because if she isn't the catalyst, only because that's just who we know. I'm sure there's other people, but that was our girl. Shout out to Big Tiff, Tiffany Henyard down there in the 8TL, from what I understand. Can somebody confirm or deny that's where she's at?
She was fucking his best friend. So, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
Allegedly, she's down there touting a book or some crap, from what I understand. So, I don't know. We'll talk about her again because it seems like people have been talking about her a little bit. I'm not really well versed on that, but shout out to Pooh Man, who said he sent me some stuff. I haven't seen it yet. Let me turn on Instagram. My bad. So shout out to you if you're listening on either of the channels. We're streaming on both channels. I think we have enough people for Rumble, but let me go ahead and drop the Rumble link. Y'all make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Rumble. I'm so excited to figure out how to do it. So I'm putting videos over there just to have something on there, something more on there, right? But again, that's where we can play stuff, I believe, where it's like you can't play it on YouTube and music and movies and all that type of stuff. So hopefully we can do a movie night soon, or just listen to some music and talk nostalgia. I want that to be like more nostalgia stuff because I have so much. Because when you get old, child, you start thinking about other things, okay? So let me go ahead and show ya something that I found, because you already know Let me see. Hopefully StreamYard is acting right this morning. Here is something that I found from back in the day, old school games. Now it's got music, so I'm going to mute the music. But I want y'all to let me know if you remember any of these games, which I know you will. Because this first one, look at this game. I forget. Y'all remember this? Merlin. Shout out to Merlin. Shout out to Merlin. I had this game. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot about this damn game. Now, child, I don't remember how it worked or anything, but I know damn well I had it. Do these people today have games? Do these people today play any games? I don't think they do. I don't think they do. That is an old school. We are old school. This shit right here. I know y'all had that. I didn't. I know the boys had to have had that because this is how you play football. And I was like, what the hell? You remember taking the paper in school and rolling it up all tight, and then it was in a triangle, and then you held it, and then you flicked your finger and try to get it through the other person's finger. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That didn't cost you nothing but a piece of paper out of your notebook. Child, people used to make them things. If you got hit in your eye, you was gonna be taken out. But electronics for the Mattel electronics for the football, I know y'all remember that. And then I don't know what this is. I don't know what this one is. Maybe y'all know what this is. But look how old it looks. It looked like it could be Blip. I think it's called Blip. I remember the first computer that we had, like the very first computer I think that was kind of made. And it used to be a little green stick figure running around on the screen. I forget what it used to do, but we definitely had that. Wow. Computers have come a long way, y'all. Computers have come a long way. So there's Blip. Then there's the baseball game. Oh my God. I remember the baseball game. I didn't have it, but boys had this baseball game, child. Mattel. Is Mattel Electronics still in business? Mattel had all our money. Yo, before Apple, y'all. Shout out to those that have an iPhone. Before Apple, Mattel had all our money. I'm telling you. Not our money, but our parents' money. All the money. They had all our money, okay? Then did y'all play this game? It says Digital Derby. Digital Derby. Making sure you don't crash. Then this reminds me of Frogger. Look at that. Look at this little look at this little steering wheel. Oh my God, I do remember this. That's too funny. That's probably Mattel too. I don't know this one. Zap. I don't know this one. This looks like it belongs on Nickelodeon, but this was a time we didn't know any Nickelodeon back then. I don't know if y'all remember Zap. I don't remember that. Speak and spell for the win. Speak and spell for the win. Yo, I used to play this game for hours upon hours upon hours. If this is a game, we was leering and didn't even realize it. Okay. You could, it spoke to you in this monotone, like electric type of voice or whatever. But we spent hours playing this daggone game. Shout out to Speak and Spell. Speak and Spell for the win for me anyway. What else they got? I love that game. Hangman. 7 chances. 7 chances and you was done on Hangman. Yo, you remember playing Hangman? On the on paper, child. How come we can play everything with paper? On paper, you draw the. Is this racist? You draw the post, and then you put the dashes for the words, and then you're like guess, and then if you missed, and then they would draw the person, and then you got HUNG. Is that racist? I'm sure it must have been racist and racism. But shout out to Hangman. Because I definitely remember playing that more on paper, but I do remember this game right here. We had a lot of options, y'all. Honestly, shout out to Simon. Shout out to Simon. OTE, I got to take my opportunities while I can. I just came in from the gym, so I got time. I got until at least 7:30, and then I got to go. into the office. And then I'll be on later tonight. I'm not sure what time because I got to get these nails done. But I'll be on tonight too. So shout out to y'all for being here. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Get into this chat. Even though it's early, shout out to the chat. But Simon was, this says Pocket Simon, but Simon was one of my favorite games as well. So it beeped up the colors, and then you had to keep doing it in the succession the way that it said to do it. And if you didn't, then you was out. Yes, I love Simon. The big one, the big one, and me and my cousins would play that all the time. Yo, y'all, even though our parents wouldn't allow us to go to McDonald's, or when you got McDonald's money, child, we had these games. Child, if we wasn't entertained, nobody was entertained. All these games, I had like all these games. Oh, you need some batteries. And my fave, another fave. Shout out to Operation. Shout out to all those old school games. Shout out to the old school. These kids don't know what the hell it is that they missing, and clearly their parents don't give a damn. So it's time to get into the foolishness, so you all might as well get your minds right. I told y'all that we was going to follow this story, and we going to follow this story. Good morning, boo. Yeah, we here, child. We here. I'll do an early morning stream, child. When I come in from the gym, we had to talk about Brandon Scott. We have to, because this is not a surprise. This is not a surprise to us. So this is as of 17 hours ago. Father calls charges against his son bogus and alleged rape of girl 12 in Overtown. So y'all remember, right? The little nigglets who allegedly held some girl down and put rocks in her mouth. I'm gonna just leave it at that because the story is so disgusting. But one of the daddies came out of the woodwork. So we got a daddy that says, "Not my baby."
The court was brief today, but afterwards, emotions were running high with one of the families of the boys being charged as an adult.
It's not true. He's on.
That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing as her son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaking to Local 10 recently saying she just wants justice for her daughter. According to police, the girl was leaving a friend's home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Overtown. Investigators allege 13-year-old Nelson Nunez raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can read some of this. This is back in June. This says before June 18, 2025, prior to my arrival, Officer Cal advised me that the witness number 1 was detained on the scene. Arrived on the scene. This is from June, y'all, and conducted an audio recording statement of the victim who stated the following on Wednesday, June 18th at approximately 2200 hours. Hold up. Isn't 2200 hours, Kofa, 10 p.m.? Isn't 2200 hours 10 p.m., y'all? After leaving her friend's house at this address, she saw the defendant, the two co-defendants, and witness number 1 outside in the parking lot area. She stated that the defendant grabbed her and took her to this address. Well, why they leave one address in here and not the other? Well, then I got questions. Thank you for your confirmation. I have questions. Because she's 12. She's 12.
This is amazing.
So the scene that we saw when we looked at it the other day, it was making it seem like, in my opinion, that this happened in the daytime. Because the video we saw the other day, they showed the park, it was daytime, and they made this seem like it just happened like a week or two ago. This happened back in June. So now we get into details, right? So, gentlemen that have little girls, or if you thought you had a little girl, are you allowing her to walk home at 10 p.m. at night, 12 years old? I mean, where is this at? I don't forget where this is at. But it says, which is described as a community garden. She stated she was screaming while the defendant took her to a couch inside of the garden. And co-defendants followed. Upon arriving to the couch, she stated the co-defendants held her by the arms and legs, preventing her from leaving. Co-defendant number 1 then put rocks in her mouth in an attempt to stop her from screaming. The defendant then removed her clothes and proceeded to do things without her consent in front of the co-defendants. She stated that the incident lasted about 30 minutes as she continuously screamed and was telling them to stop. The witness was present but did not participate in the incident. The victim stated that the defendant finally stopped when they heard her father calling her name, at which point the defendant, the co-defendants, and the witness all ran towards the opposite direction of the sound of the victim's father's voice. While on scene, the defendant returned on a bicycle. The victim identified him by pointing him out to officers. He was detained and transported to the SVU. Mr. Jorge Palacio of the Greenhaven Project provided consent to process the scene of the incident. While on scene, co-defendant number 1 walked out of his apartment, to which the victim pointed him out and identified him. He was detained and transported to the city of Miami. So this is Florida. Okay, so one parent in here said, hell no. 12 years old, 10 p.m. So I don't know. I don't know who anybody live in Florida in this area. Is it low income? I'm going to just put it that way. Is it a low income area? Because what is going on? So as these details come out, now listen, I don't care. Keep your hands to yourself. You shouldn't be graping nobody. None of that, especially this young. It seems like there's some questions though. This is what's written in here. Back in June, and she leaving to go home at 10, 12 years old. And these ninjas is just standing outside, 12, 13, and 15, if I'm not mistaken. 12, 13, and 15-year-old boys just hanging out outside. But, you know, whatever anybody wants is what they want. It's all good in the hood, and everyone else is supposed to do right by everybody else. I mean, in a perfect world, of course. Shout out to my fave. Good morning, boo. He said, Dre Montavian, a good kid. He ain't do nothing. As always.
Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. All 3 boys are being charged as adults. The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. In court today, attorneys for 2 of the 3 boys arrested in this case formally entered not guilty pleas, requested jury trials, and invoked discovery requiring prosecutors to turn over all evidence. They also argued their clients, Jones and Nunez, should not be in adult jail.
At this point, you know, you have a 13-year-old kid sitting in jail, and me and I think my co-counsel, the lawyer for the co-defendant, we both will be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail.
As for Jones's father, he tells us the allegations against his son are not true.
A young black man that was visiting Miami and was with the wrong 2 kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old.
Interesting you should say that, sir. Thank you for being present for your son. So not only was he out at 10 p.m., y'all was visiting. And this is so how is he hanging out with the wrong people if he just visiting? He just happened to find them? Why they out at 10 p.m.? Now, you know, Kofa's sitting up here referencing back in the day for us. You know, maybe they need to bring them back on the TV, on the streaming services. So y'all know you got kids out there that you need to be parenting. And I agree, Mastas, that something sounds sketchy. I agree. Now, what I'm thinking, I'm going to keep to myself because I'm going to show restraint today. But we are going to follow this story. But go ahead, Daddy.
Hard to get our clients out of jail.
As for Jones's father, he tells us the allegations against his son are not true.
A young black man that was visiting Miami and was with the wrong 2 kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him.
Oh, well, that's good that he has a father, so that's supposed to make the difference. Well, sir, were you out there with him? Were you monitoring him, who he was with, what was going on, especially if he was visiting? How did he get hung up with these 2 wrong kids would be the question, sir. Now we want to start invoking, but basically he's saying racism without saying racism. Y'all already know.
In Miami, it was with the wrong 2 kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. These allegations are bogus.
Now, the judge did schedule a status hearing for March 18th. We'll continue to stay on top of this case and update you with any new developments.
Yeah, girl, keep us updated. We watching. We watching. those other two kids, and it shouldn't have happened. It wasn't right. And then he's just 12. Okay, he's just 12. That's the answer to everything. Just forget all that. But let's go over here, child. Let's go over here to the right-winged angel. Woman blames podcast, not parents, for 12 and 13-year-old boys raping a 12-year-old girl. You know, it's time for the sisters to come in and make excuses. But you know what the funny part about this, not seriously really funny, but the funny part about this is these will be the same people turn around that say how much y'all sassy straights ain't shit, what you do to women ain't safe, choosing the bear. And then shit like this happens, and the first fucking thing, let me calm down. The first thing that they say is that it's not true. You ain't even there. So help me understand what side y'all really are on, because one moment everything is a black man's fault, and then the next second it's not these black kids' fault on what it is that ain't nobody saying nothing about the race of the girl. But we're gonna go ahead and assume, where's Smitty or Skinny Boy when you need him, that this part of Miami is allegedly where probably minorities live. I will say that. It's probably not a Caucasian community, right? Because I'm pretty sure somebody would have brought that out by now. So allegedly, something's being done, allegedly, to your own and a female. But y'all want to come out here now, of course, to say it's racism because black people don't need to be held accountable to anything. But these will be the same people that will turn around and talk mad shit about all of you sassy straights in a heartbeat when her fucking ass gets pumped and dumped. I promise you. Like, what side of the fucking coin do you stand on? If you're a damn feminist, then you should be worried about the victim. How come people ain't never worried about the fucking victim here, but always want to run to racism?
All right, so everybody is asking how two little boys learn to sexually assault a little girl. Nobody wants to answer that question, so I will. We already know the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, impulse control, understanding consequences.
Oh, so the frontal lobe, this is what I'm hearing. The frontal lobe has not been fully developed, basically.
Isn't fully developed until after 25. So yes, the underdeveloped mind.
Remember this, gentlemen, the next time that they talking about y'all and what y'all doing, under 25, your brain is not developed, according to this lady. So you can use that as an excuse when they start blaming y'all again, because I promise you that they will.
Here's what makes it worse. These are also dangerously influenced minds. Everyone says that it starts at home, and it does. But these kids aren't just at home anymore. They're living online. And online, people who vandalize the name and identity of Black women verbally, what happened to that little girl in Miami is the physical result of the continuously spewing of hate on Black women, continuously spewing Black women ain't shit, because if she ain't shit, then her girls can't be either. I'm on the internet every single day watching Black men and women weaponize each other with language. Popular podcasts, millions of views. She ain't shit, man. She fat, and I'm fat, so I know exactly what the language does to a person. So you got two baby daddies. Oh, you're worthless. All right, so everybody is asking how two little boys, we have normalized verbal destruction of Black women and girls for content. And then
they will find a way to make this shit about them and their selves, as opposed to thinking about the young girl in this case. I'm telling you, nobody gives a shit about these kids, okay? Now, we got questions based on
This is amazing.
We got questions based off of what we just saw, right? However, this bitch here, who knows absolutely nothing about nothing and blaming something that's so fucking arbitrary, is no different than, what's his name? The dude in charge of Instagram and Facebook. He's on Capitol Hill, or was just on Capitol Hill to answer because some kid self-deleted, and all of a sudden it becomes his problem. And I'm trying to understand why it's never the parents' problem or the parents' fault or the parents' responsibility for having these damn crumb snatchers. And then when they out here doing most egregious things, thank you, G Honda, then it's all of a sudden somebody else's fault. Now all of a sudden it's somebody else's fault. It's the internet. It's the podcast. It's they're defending males by blaming males They're defending males for exactly what they're blaming males for. Make it make sense, Bueller. So don't hold them accountable. So don't hold these people accountable on the screen. And I'm going to go out on a limb, yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb, yeah. And I'm going to say that these are tethered children. Allegedly. By the names, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they tether children. So then there's that aspect of it. But we're going to go and get on this here internet as a black woman and go and defend what the hell it is that you allegedly hate because they kids, because you know they kids. And you know you can't do anything to correct kids. You can't blame 12 years old and you're going to sit up here and blame podcasts and not the freaking parent. Help me understand, how do they get to the internet, Bueller? Can someone help me understand, how do these kids get to the internet, Bueller? How come they're not getting Merlin, Mattel football, Mattel baseball, Operation, any of them other games that we just looked at? How come they not speak and spell? How come they not spending their time doing that, Bueller? Because if I just said, and y'all already knew some of those games that we just went through, and y'all are familiar with them, and you remember playing with them, why is it that none of these kids ever know any of that? Do they play Life? Do they play Chutes and Ladders? Do they play Monopoly? Do they play any of those? Do they know any of those things? But want to go and blame the internet, of which your parent allows you to be on it, just like my parent made sure that I read books that I did in the summertime. Yeah. We're going to do a juxtaposition. In the summertime, yeah. Did you get workbooks from your mama and said these pages better be done by the time I get home and it better be done right? Or did they sit there with you and say, you got to do this math book, this cursive writing book, these books that used to be, you go purchase them from the school or something, and then you had to do that work during the summertime because you was not going to get dumb over the summertime just because you wasn't in school. Bueller, I had to do that shit. What do these crumb snatchers have to do? Take their phone and have it be in their face all the time if they're not playing damn video games. That's what they was doing. That's what they do. But you don't know? Okay, cool. I don't know. While y'all's kids are doing this crazy mess, you all did it, but it just wasn't advertised. Blame whatever the fuck it is that you want. But I'm telling you, for the most part, none of this egregious shit that be up on this internet every day was not happening the way that this shit is happening, and y'all want to pass the fucking buck instead of make people be damn responsible, and that's why y'all got the issues that you do. That's why y'all's kids act like they fucking demons, because y'all not taking care of them, because as long as they alive, that's all you think that has to be done while you waiting for the damn government to take care of y'all kids and you want free this, free that, free this, free that, and you think you're doing something. Let me tell you something. If these kids or any of these kids is listening to Fresh and Fit, no shade. If they sitting up here listening to any of these crazy ass people on the internet, that is a parent's responsibility and a parent's problem. And that's who should be held accountable. That's who should be held accountable. Because as soon as, God forbid, they find a way to get off of the internet or them off of the internet, then it will be something else later on when the problem continues, because the problem begins at fucking home and with a parent. And if you're not going to parent your kids, how that man going to come out here talking about, oh, he was out there with the wrong kids? Nigga, if you was parenting your kids, then you would know who the fuck they with. You would know what the hell they doing and who it is that where they were going. But no, y'all, no. They just blame somebody else, blame them kids. Them kids outside is the problem, right? Shout out to G Honda. Good morning, boo. I appreciate you. He said, good morning. How are you? You're live so early. Yeah, boo. You're not going to tell me. I'm going to tell you. That's basically what they're saying. Love you, Messy. Love you back, boo. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone who is here this early morning stream, including Mr. Wombat. Thank you, hun. He said, best part of waking up is foolishness in my cup. Morning. Exactly. Because this is foolishness. And then here she comes.
We're surprised at horrid acts upon Black girls and women. Acts so horrid that the result is fatal for the boys too. Boys tried as adults. The red pill antidote cannot reduce jail time. So here's my point. You cannot promote a distaste ideology for Black women and then expect an opposite practice. You cannot speak violence and expect peace to follow. You cannot dehumanize Black women on a podcast with 3 million downloads and then act confused when a child acts out that dehumanization in the worst way possible. This is a community issue. This is a collective issue. And until we are willing to look in the mirror and ask, how do we contribute to this, good or bad, we are all responsible. I'm not impressed.
Let me tell you something. I am not responsible for this. I am not responsible for this. I will never take responsibility for this because my kids ain't out here graping people or anything as such. It's the parents' responsibility. It's their fault. And honestly, they probably need to arrest them too. This is so fucking egregious. And while she's running and spouting off at the mouth, she has no regard and no concern for the actual child that this happened to. Let's just take it for what it is while we investigate, right? She has no regard for the actual little young girl who this happened to. All she cares is to spew her narrative the way that she wants it to be, to make it about black women and their alleged strife and issues. If the black woman that bore these kids along with that one deity, because you know we barely ever see a deity where it's parenting their kids, then this would not be happening. That's where it lies. It is not my responsibility. Parent your own fucking kids.
President with a Z are 100% politically incorrect. And as I told you before, I'm here to finish what Harriet started, move or die. We have normalized verbal destruction of black women and girls. They always pick us up in large numbers. While we keep on talking about the one who's getting to the top, they take 4 at a time and put them in prison. One girl at a time, she's sexually assaulted before she's even 13 years old. And guess what? She has a lifetime to deal with that. We have a community issue, whether we like it or not. But join my community of people of geniusness, black empowerment, black education, black everything. Link in the bio.
Girl, shut the fuck up. Girl, shut the fuck up. Any way to blame something and someone else. So she's a man hater, first of all, but is sitting up here defending these males on the screen, who again, allegedly, in my opinion, are tethers. But forget all that. Make it about biatches. Forget about the actual victim.
This is amazing.
Forget about the actual female victim in this. Again, we just taking it as it is right now. And go ahead and find a way to bring it around and be about you bitches. You are not the center of the fucking world. The parents are the issue. They have been, they always will be, and I'm gonna stand on that shit regardless of what bitches like her say. It is your responsibility to know where your children are. It is your responsibility to know who your children are hanging out with. It is your responsibility to know how much time they're spending on the internet. It is your responsibility to monitor their time on the internet. It is your responsibility to monitor what the heck it is they're looking at on their damn phones. It is your responsibility to know what the hell it is that they're looking at and what they're watching on the daggone computer. It's your responsibility to know where they're going and who they are with. It is your responsibility to go to the school and understand who their damn teachers are and what they're doing, good, bad, and indifferent. And it's your responsibility to punish them and parent them while they're growing up to adulthood. And if you ain't doing that, then you are the problem every single time. Shout out to my fave. He said, throw the book at them. They can't read anyway. They probably can't, but I bet you they know how to get on the computer and on a damn phone. That's probably, how much do these phones cost now, y'all? $1,200, $1,500. And then she's going to have the nerve and the audacity to come out here and say this bullshit. Good morning to you, Night J. She said my GMA was Jim was a teacher. She brought an entire computer home every summer for me to learn on. Oh, grandmother was a teacher. She brought an entire computer home every summer for me to learn on. I had to read, write, and complete math tasks every day. My kids get the same treatment. Gen X parenting. Thank you for confirming. They want to say that we're the problem. Nah, it's you. Because somebody said that in the comments. I'm like, my kids are basically millennials. Like, I'm not sure if you're paying attention. My kids are basically millennials. The youngest one is in between. But the point is that they're not out here embarrassing the family, first of all, committing crimes, second of all, and making the culture look like assholes. People like this, who are probably tethers, are making the culture look bad, and they need to be held accountable. Guess what? Black people do shit wrong. They need to be held accountable. And these blacks need to be held accountable with the information that we have right now. Because something. It's sounding a little fishy, but we gonna definitely follow up with it. Fuck that bitch. Moving on, child. Moving on. Always making a damn excuse for some bullshit, child. Let's get into dude, okay? So it says that oh no, that's not it. This one. So shout out to Fox Baltimore, Fox 45, who always been doing the investigative work. But because they have Fox in their name, Black people try to make it sound like it's the Fox that everybody says is racist. So no one wants to listen to them. I don't think Fox 45 Baltimore is racist at all. I ain't got nothing to do with Fox. That just happens to be the station. What they don't like is the fact that these people are questioning these politicians, specifically Brandon fucking Scott. Now, it does not take an MBA, a BA, an associate's, or none of that to see that this nigga is out for self, allegedly, right? We done already saw him the first daggone term. He thinks he's so fucking cool. He too busy worrying about being cool. He's just a male version, allegedly, of Big Tiff. He's seemingly just the male version of Big Tiff. He don't want to. How come y'all, not y'all, how come y'all are okay with your politicians not answering questions? Why is it okay for your politicians just to pull out racism out of their ass with regard to everything and y'all fall for it? Why is it that the day after that the man that y'all allegedly was complaining about, no, not allegedly, that y'all was complaining about what the city was doing, what wasn't happening, what was going on, that you complained about for his first fucking term, you turn around and re-elect him, and then the very next day, y'all talking about food deserts. Oh yeah, you supposed to vote for him because he black, you black, we black, and everybody black. When are y'all gonna understand and see that that shit don't make sense? Remember, because not me, but y'all was supposed to vote for Cam because she was black, even though she not black. And ignore the fact that she married to a white man, but white people are all racist. But white people do it too. White people are racist. But ignore that white husband of hers. Ignore Ketanji's white husband. Ignore Don Lemon's white husband. Child, not them whites, child. Not them whites. And definitely not Joe Biden, the creator of the crime bill that did mass incarceration and did all this damage to the black people. We want him back in.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
And then when Marilyn Mosby does some crazy ass crap that she didn't even need to do, and she goes and gets convicted of what she actually did, then y'all say that that's racist. But if she ran again, y'all would go and vote for her. You know what? F Baltimore, you heard? And I'm from Maryland, okay? I don't go into the city like that. I was told I wasn't supposed to go in there, even though I had to go for the New Edition concert. I was told I wasn't supposed to go in there. My dad said, don't go in there, okay? But if y'all like it, we love it. This is proof. Every time we see where someone goes and complains and then re-elects the same person, we are on the you voted for this type of time. If they re-elect Brandon Johnson and Shadam Kago, then we're going to say, oh, you voted for this. You voted for this. And then just because they say black, y'all go into... Child, let me let this video play because I could go on and on.
A new Inspector General report is putting the mayor's office under the microscope. Investigators detailing hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on food, flowers, parties, and stadium suites, all while raising concerns about oversight of taxpayer money. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor spent the day giving taxpayers a chance to look at it and weigh in.
Yeah, it's all taxpayer dollars. And so we really wanted to know exactly how city residents are reacting to this report. So today we took that report in the Fox 45 soapbox here to City Hall to ask one simple question. Is this how you want your tax dollars to be spent?
Even before anyone stepped up to speak out on Fox 45 soapbox, a silent but stark contrast already speaking volumes. Surrounding the sidewalks outside of City Hall, tents, blankets, and backpacks, a snapshot of the many struggling with hunger and housing across the city. This as a new Inspector General report.
It is wasting the money. That's what his report shows us. That is a little bit alarming, honestly.
Provides a snapshot of how millions of taxpayer dollars are being spent inside the mayor's office.
We need to make sure that our tax dollars are being spent how we would like them to be spent.
Detailing spending over roughly the last 3 years. The IG finding
over the last 3 years. And y'all re-elected him because he's so cool. He's so cool. He's so young and he black. Isn't that how they got Big Tiffany there, Bueller? They said she was young. We needed new breath. And she was a single mom. Blah, 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 blah.
Inside the mayor's office.
We need to make sure that our tax dollars are being spent how we would like them to be spent.
Detailing spending over roughly the last 3 years. The IG finding a significant sum of money going towards food and catering. More than $800,000 in total. $52,000 of that spent at Ravens and Orioles games.
So they spending y'all's tax dollars down there to go see professional sports. Shout out to Doogie and them for allegedly making sure that they get entertained. And I'm telling you, they wasn't up here in these, if you can see the mouse, they wasn't up here in these nosebleed seats, okay? They was not up here in these nosebleed seats, okay?
Inside the mayoral suites.
That's what's sad.
Shout out to me, inside the mayoral suites. Shouldn't the mayoral suites be free? Because it's the mayor? Shouldn't it be free? I guess it's just me.
People need over here money. Needy people is over here and they waste the money on different places. And we don't want to be that happen.
Just based on the numbers, of course I would be upset because I'm not financially stable myself.
The report also noting several examples of prohibited alcohol purchases during sporting events.
Let's see. They revealed the P card, because that's what they use, basically a credit card. Was used at Orioles games that day for $853. Although gratuity and alcohol should not be paid on the P card, the receipt showed 2 bottles of Maker's Mark whiskey were purchased for $117, and gratuity was paid for $142. So the shit cost $117, and you left a tip for $140. The cardholder explained to the OIG that the Maker's Mark and gratuity had been removed from the receipt, but had not yet reconciled the transaction. Oh, child, we used it, but we was going to pay it back. That's basically what that means. The P card transaction receipt showed that $61.89 was spent on Tito's vodka during a Ravens game, September 24, 2023, using card 2. The receipt also lists George's Margarita mix for $303 and Herradura Silva Cut Tequila, which did not appear to have been charged on the card. The OIG did not find evidence that the city was reimbursed for the Tito's vodka. So in other words, we was just using it. We was floating. That's basically floating money, and we was going to pay it back. But they said, child, we didn't see where it was paid back at. The OIG also identified a charge of $496 on card 2, card for liquor shot on June 5th, 2024 during an Orioles game, but found that the total was later refunded. Oh, well, there you go. The review also found a P card purchase at the Ravens game on August 7, 2025 for Woodford Reserve Bourbon Whiskey with a $100 gratuity added for a total of $173.50. A cardholder reconciled the transaction and wrote the attendant charged the wrong card. Card will be refunded in full. After the OIG report was provided to management on February 18, 2026, a credit was returned to the card for that amount on workday. Oh, y'all found this out? Let me go ahead and pay that back. Remember that the dude that said that down there in Dalton Thornton Township? Just give me a list of what I need to pay back and I'll pay it back. That's the same damn thing. Now that you done been caught, oh, forget all that. That's okay, child. I'll pay y'all back. No, you shouldn't have done it. You've already committed the crime.
Along with these 2 receipts from M&T Bank Stadium, detailing 2 $1,000 plus outings.
I mean, Maryland crab cakes, $740. They're not cheap.
Child, Maryland does have the best crab cakes. Maryland do have the best crab cakes, child. Every time I go home, I gotta give me some crab cakes, child. Some crab cakes.
2 $1,000 plus outings.
I mean, Maryland crab cakes, $740. They're not cheap. It just seems like spending it on things that are just sort of like lavish. And that is not acceptable.
Investigators also claiming the mayor's office spent another $33,000 on flowers for several birthday, bereavement, and baby announcement arrangements.
I think that
baby announcement They using y'all's money for baby announcement arrangements. They just having a field day. Shout out to Big Tiff. Shout out to Big Tiff.
That honestly needs to be looked at and investigated.
Further celebrations and internal parties also noted. In one instance, a high-ranking administrator thrown a $3,600 farewell party, although that employee later decided not to leave and was instead transferred to a different role inside City Hall.
Let's spend $3,600 on your leave and then don't leave, and I'll just transfer to...
And going beyond what was purchased, investigators also sounding the alarm on a lack of oversight, finding $167,000 spent improperly without any approval. For some, the findings calling for further answers.
Like the report says, you have to have approval. So I would be interested in the mayor's office having or holding a meeting so that the people can come out and ask more detailed questions about the spending.
I would ask what gives you the right to spend, taxpayer dollars on things that are unapproved, that don't benefit the city.
For others, the report speaks for itself.
I'm not going to ask you any questions. He's already seen the report. So what I'm going to ask you.
But everyone we spoke with outside of City Hall agrees, saying they're left wanting more accountability over how their money is being spent inside these walls.
Now, in response to the report, the mayor's office has pushed back, saying that it lacks context. They've also said that many corrective actions were already underway even before the report was released. Meanwhile, the IG's office says that their investigation is still far from over and that they will continue to follow up and ensure that your tax dollars are being spent properly. Reporting outside of City Hall, Rebecca Pryor.
Child, please. I don't even have any.
This is amazing.
I have no empathy. I have no sympathy. You get what the fuck you vote for. Is anyone, especially for the regular smigglers, is anyone surprised about any of this, Bueller? Is anyone surprised about any of this? And do you think that there's more? Because, child, they need to look into Monty. They've been needing to look into Monty. I'm telling you. I'm not going to say what I think, but I'm going to just say I think Monty is a problem. That is Brandon Scott's baby. It's a problem, allegedly. Thank you so much, Mr. Wombat. He said, seeing all of this is making clear I should go. Right, we need to go into politics, y'all. I'm about to run. I'm going to need y'all to work for me, and we're going to have a field day. When we get caught, just say, but white people do it too. That's all we need to say, okay? Lord, help your people. Moving on. Budget for Baltimore's office balloons nearly 5 times larger than a decade ago. Shout out to Fox 45.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News at 10.
Fox 45 News follows transparency concerns about how your tax dollars are being spent. A new report from the Baltimore City Inspector General shows the mayor's office spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on food, parties, and stadium suites. Now, this comes as inspectors general across the state are pushing for access to documents for future investigations. Good evening.
Pushing for access? Why do they need to push for access? It should be available because you are a public servant. These people really do be thinking that they own this shit, and that be the daggone problem. They really just think that they own shit and you don't have the right to see. Nigga, that's not your money. Everybody has a right in that damn state to see it all. See, this is where you can see where the damn problem is. Him and the AG, I can't think of his name right now, been going back and forth. They've been going back and forth, trying to hinder that man. They should be on the same page. They should be talking regularly. Nah, let's fight, nigga.
I'm Kai Jackson. We have team coverage tonight. Fox 45's Jessica Babb is looking into a bill in Annapolis seeking to protect watchdogs and their access to public records. But we start with Jeff Fable tonight and a look at the new report on spending in the mayor's office. Jeff.
Well, the mayor's office may be under fire for purchasing thousands of dollars worth of food and flowers. But tonight there are questions about his staff and their salaries. The mayor's office has grown so large it now rivals the size of the governor's office. At City Hall, the mayor's office has grown far larger and become far costlier than any other mayor's office in this city's history.
Yes, thank you, boo. Ivan Bates, thank you. How you gonna be pushing back on the person that should be prosecuted? He trying to prosecute people. Everybody trying to talk about no. Can't imagine why you got problems in Baltimore, right? I know it's always been a problem. It continues to be a problem. It's going to be hard to fix. But damn it, if you ain't trying to allow the damn people that need to be prosecuted, you ain't never gonna fix it. And every time somebody gets arrested, you're gonna sit up here and have a parent come out talking about none of my baby. Then y'all deserve it. Have the fuck at it. And y'all, don't forget, I'm gonna let it play. And Fa, I'm with you. I can't vote, but I'll help you. When the Inner Harbor turns to shit, when it turns shittier, and everybody is gone, and then they come through and they gentrify because they're just gonna say that the white people took it over. The white people took it over. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit from y'all. Because you allow these people to run rampant. You support that nigga. You hinder the damn person that's going to prosecute the fucking criminals. You want them kids to be out there on the damn street. You want them to have them damn takeovers. You want to allow them to do whatever they want because everybody black, so it's okay because of racism and white supremacy and all that bullshit. Even though it's basically all colors around there. So you do it to yourselves. And then when they come in and make that complex that we've already seen, that's already about to be done, I don't want to hear shit. And if I can afford to buy one of them damn condos, I will. While y'all still gonna sit out there and be pushed the fuck out and be in the same situation, the same position that you've been in, because you would rather listen to somebody that doesn't have your best interest at heart and then complain after you reelect him and then probably will reelect his ass again. Forget all that. I'm cool. I got a nice afro. It's racist. And y'all fall for it. Like how many fucking times? How many fucking times? And miss me with the fucking white people. This is niggas doing this to niggas. That's the problem. You are a fucking self-inflicting. It's self-inflicted. This has nothing to do with white people.
10 years ago, the mayor's office operated with 39 employees and a budget of $5.2 million. Today, however, there are 118 staffers working in the office whose budget has ballooned to $24.7 million, a budget almost 4 times greater than the one just 10 years
Y'all, somebody making some money in this economy.
ago.
This applies to me. It really did.
Today, former Mayor Jack Young, who ran the city 6 years ago with 30 fewer staff members, was struggling to understand the historic size of the current office.
30 extra workers, man. I would love to have them. I would love to have had them, but what was I going to have them doing? What was their job responsibility be? I didn't need that building staff. I didn't need a special advisor for my office. I mean, what I need a special advisor for when I got department heads.
When city council members questioned the growth at the mayor's office 2 years ago, the city manager cited the addition of 13 new development positions that came with 6-figure salaries.
We want to
I promise you, allegedly, I promise you, allegedly, they was all his people, his friends, or his family, which is the same thing that fucking Joe Biden did when he hired all these black women to placate to ya in positions that weren't real and didn't matter. And that's why those jobs was gone, because it was bullshit. And y'all thought that y'all was going to ride that shit for 8 fucking years and then get the next Democrat to come in and continue that ride out. I don't care what nobody says. I've been in fucking corporate America too damn long and no finance and fucking money. And that one position that they said that Kim and Joe Biden had to be the liaisons to some bullshit, a bunch of fucking made up positions to placate y'all. And for the rest of the poors, fake poors, middle class, they said, fuck y'all. Y'all just go vote for these people who say that they give a damn while they getting the benefit and y'all gets nothing. It is clear and evident. The play is fucking there. But white people do it too. And white people are racist and they're keeping us down and we can't do this. Well, if the white people are keeping you down, the colors is keeping you down too. And the third person is you. The third person is you. Oh my God. How long? How long? How fucking long? Nigel has said that's why I moved. You can't tell these black people nothing, no matter how much I tried. I couldn't get my family to see the problems. I said deuces like you were supposed to. Like you were supposed to. And I'm sure you a sellout with your white husband. I'm sure it's all you think you better than everybody else. And you think you all that. I know it to be true. I know it to be true. I hear this. I've heard, well, not here because I don't listen to people. I've heard the same bullshit, and my husband ain't white, but I've heard the same bullshit. You think you better than me? Yes, I do. And it's okay for me to have confidence in my fucking self and not sit here and stay in the midst. Not that I've ever been in the hood or anything like that, or a poor, well, I was in a poor community when I was a baby, but it's not like I aspired to do anything except for what I knew I needed to do because my baby boomer mother, regardless of a pain in my ass that she was, sat there and taught me what needed to be taught in order for me to be successful. And I passed it on to my damn children. Now, shit, if they don't want to take the advice, that's the fuck on them. Just like if I didn't, that's the fuck on me, right? All this, you don't need to get married. You can do it all by yourself. You see, excuse me. You see where that's getting ya? You see where that's getting ya? Okay. And Night J said, you saying every single. Same play, nothing changes.
Recruit talented people to manage large-scale infrastructure projects for the city of Baltimore, we're going to have to pay them over $100,000 to do it.
This is a long-term liability for taxpayers because this is going to cost more and more money every year.
But taxpayer advocate David Williams says the ballooning budget at the mayor's office has far less to do with talent and far more to do with efficiency.
The problem is that the population isn't expanding and you have the mayor's office budget expanding. So what are they doing this for? Who are they serving?
I was going to say, not to mention where they're getting this money from, because most of the people that we see on these programs, no shade, they're not paying property taxes. They're paying rent. So where the money coming from? And people are leaving Baltimore. So where they getting this money from? Sounding very Tiffany Henyard-ish. Shout out to Big Tiff.
What is the purpose?
Well, out of the mayor's $24 million operating budget, $14 million of that goes to pay for salaries alone. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 40.
Shout out to Jeff. Let's see. Did we do this one already? Hold on. No, let's look at this one. Baltimore's mayor on latest OIG report about spending. Nothing illegal was done here. Well, shit, if Doogie said it. If Doogie said it, then it must be true.
A new Inspector General report putting spending in the mayor's office under the microscope. Mayor Scott has yet to face questions in person about the latest report until today. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost tracked him down and questioned him about the use of your tax dollars.
The mayor's office spent tens of thousands of tax dollars on food, parties, and flowers. And while the mayor says that nothing was done illegally, we're questioning him about if this really was an appropriate use of your money. The latest Inspector General report highlights how the mayor's office is spending some of your tax dollars from mid-2022 through November 2025. More than $4,300 on catered council meetings through a card and more than $10,000 through invoices. $167,000 in transactions without procurement waivers in the city's suite at Camden Yards and M&T Bank Stadium. $52,000 in tax dollars were spent, plus nearly $4,000 on a going-away party for Marvin James, one of the mayor's longtime allies and aides, who never actually left City Hall.
They just wanted to have a party. Longtime ally of the mayor, like I just said a second ago. He's bringing in allegedly his own people, his own friends, which you should bring people you trust, right? Let's just go ahead and give you everything and you don't have to do shit and we gonna make it be everything. I know, but white people do it too.
Taxpayers footed the bill for his Bon Voyage event that included $2,600 for crab balls, grilled salmon, and other food, $217 for a cake, a balloon arch costing $324, and nearly $400 on foam boards with James's photo on it. Days after the OIG's report release, we pressed Mayor Scott Monday on how his office is spending tax dollars.
How do you expect taxpayers in Baltimore City to be okay with how your office is spending their money? And do you believe that you owe them an apology for how their dollars are being spent.
Thank you for your question, Mackenzie. I think we have to be very clear about this, right? We're not talking about money that was spent inappropriately. As I said to your station last week, we're talking about people who skip protocol points, right?
The mayor says some of the flower spending was for city employee funerals.
I know that the taxpayers have no problems with us spending that. And the things that are being...
He is right. The people of Baltimore have no problem with the spending. You know why? Because they reelected his ass. Shout out to Baltimore residents that reelected dude. None of this is a surprise to me.
I like for example, you guys are focusing in on like the skyboxes, right? The reality is that the city of Baltimore has been spending money on skyboxes at Camden Yard since I was 8 years old, and at M&T Bank Stadium since I was 13 years old.
While the mayor says the boxes were used to celebrate city employees like teachers and the Department of Public Works employees, the IG report uncovering the spending was done during the same time frame when DPW solid waste workers lacked access to water and Gatorade during the summer months.
We're not talking about misuse of funds, and we're talking about a fraction of the mayor's office budget, even though folks are trying to make it look like this is something done illegal. This is not that. We're going to continue to operate the same way that we have in the city of Baltimore, and that's with the utmost integrity, even when people try to make it like we're looking like we're doing this. Thank you.
Well, as long as he says it's all good, then it must be all good. Shout out to the residents of Baltimore who reelected Doogie. We support y'all. We support y'all. Y'all made a great choice. I don't want to hear no complaints. We're going to look at the comments after this one.
Up with the mayor for more clarity.
Do you believe, even if it's been going on, is that an appropriate use of taxpayer dollars? And then also, though, I know that your office spent nearly $4,000 on a goodbye party for somebody who never left and is still making almost $200,000. Why is that okay?
Yeah, I think, Mackenzie, we know that you guys want to make this out to be something that is not. Again, it's not just the city of Baltimore. The state of Maryland has skyboxes and have had them forever. And again, you're harping on this small amount of money, which you heard again.
This small amount of money, child. While they living in food deserts, crime every daggone night. The place looks like shit. They got so many issues. People, got to take caution riding through there. I mean, I felt fine because it was a ton of people going for the same thing that night. But any other day, I wouldn't be walking through there. Hell no.
Nothing illegal was done here.
But is it appropriate?
If it's not illegal, then it's appropriate.
So you think that's okay for tax dollars to be spent on it?
I think it's okay for us someone who has spent money to have young people who have never been in that stadium before.
Look at the black lady in the back on the right-hand side, shaking her head in agreement. I support all this.
Have never gotten invited before, who would have never had the opportunity to be there to do that for people, for first responders, for people who clean up trash. Absolutely. So no matter what,
you probably getting one of them six-figure salaries, though.
You guys are going to try to twist this into. Absolutely, we're going to continue to make sure that actual residents can enjoy that ability to be in that spot and those skyboxes. That's all.
Oh, so have the actual residents been in the skyboxes, Bueller? So do y'all think? Remember the advocate, what is it called, child? The one that advocates for people that come out here with the fucked up teeth, that older man. I wonder if he been to the skybox, Bueller. Y'all think he been to the skybox, Bueller? I can't believe this man is sitting up here defending the skybox. So it's okay to spend money on the skybox. Everybody's been spending money on the skybox. Your town is shit. Your town is falling apart. This shit, the biggest draw to Baltimore, if you're not going to the hospital, is the fucking in the harbor. It ain't shit. It ain't got shit. It ain't safe. But y'all, long as we can go see a baseball game.
I have to say, and just run what I said earlier. My response is what I gave you earlier.
Is Marvin's party okay?
No comment on his aide's party, especially since James is still earning a $190,000 salary annually. In this report, the inspector...
You see all them Negroes in there? I'm telling you, they can't stand Fox 45 because who else is asking them the questions? I know he can't stand Mackenzie. Shout out to Mackenzie.
The general also noted that the findings of this latest product would have been limited given the current restrictions the mayor's office has put on her office's ability to get access.
Oh, the mayor has put restrictions on the OIG being able to get access? That's not a red flag, child. It's okay, because basically he's saying, I'm going to do what I want to do. It ain't none of y'all's business. And through the transitive property residents, it ain't none of your business either.
To certain information. In the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost.
Shout out to Mackenzie. Shout out to Fox 45. They've been on his ass as they should be. They've been on his ass as they should be. Because something just ain't right. Let's see. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. If their mouth is open, they are lying. nothing illegal. So it was 100% incompetence. Way to go, boy, Mayor Brandon. Come on, Scott. This isn't the first time questions have arose around you with taxpayer funds. That $1 million website is the craziest thing. If it's not illegal, then it's appropriate. I hope these words haunt his next election. Why couldn't he and staff workers use their own money to front the bill for their lavish lifestyle? The mayor and his staff need to pay that money back or face the consequences. He's trying to spin everything. Just because it is not necessarily illegal does not make it right. Plus, he says it's only a fraction of the budget. Again, that does not make it right. He hates when McKinsey holds him accountable. I agree. Getting a going away party, but still getting a $190,000 a year job is diabolical. Brandon Scott responds, well, other mayors before me spend money illegally, so it should be okay for me to spend money illegally too. Isn't that what Big Tiff said? Allegedly? Isn't that what Big Tiff said? Let me go find that story right now. I am a taxpayer and I have a big problem with the lavish spending of my money. Did you elect him, ma'am? Did you re-elect him? Government has no right having a skybox and lavish food, even if it's a fraction of the budget.
You're awesome.
He's playing semantics. Yeah, sure, it was nothing illegal, but was it ethical? Was it appropriate? Well, if they can't get to the... Listen, if you won't allow the people to get to the information, how can you say that it's legal, Bueller? How can you say that it's legal if he won't allow people to get to the information? He's limiting them. If it's all legal, let them see it. SUV. Hold on a second. Let me find this SUV story. Because he said that they were racist for how dare you ask me questions? How dare you ask me? Me questions? Who the fuck do you think you are? That is, if it was his own money, I would be fine with it. But the thing is that it's never their own money. It's always the taxpayers' money, and you should shut the entire fuck up about it. You heard? So let's look at the SUV story for those that don't know. Baltimore mayor's $163,000 SUV tops cost of all Maryland executive vehicles, records show. Shout out to Legend in the building. Good morning, Boo. The member for 29 months. Shout out to all the channel members. Said morning sugar, brown sugar. Don't forget to pin your Rumble link. You know what? I didn't pin it. Let me see if I still have it. And then, yep, I will go ahead and do that. But let's hear about this $163,000 SUV.
Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott is brushing off questions about his taxpayer-funded SUV. It comes as Spotlight on Maryland has learned it is the most expensive executive vehicle in the state, costing more than $55,000, more than the next highest government vehicle.
Tessa Betulin breaks down the numbers and the mayor's reaction when asked to explain them.
You guys are dragging this thing out and also not including all the facts.
Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott refusing to answer a straightforward question, how he justifies the cost of his taxpayer-funded SUV, the most expensive executive vehicle of any top elected official in Maryland.
So again, I want to ask you the same question. How do you justify?
So he doesn't want to answer these questions. He doesn't want to let the OIG have access to all the records. But if he says it's okay, then it must be okay.
Just stop you right there. We'll just stop you right there. We get it. We understand that your station has this severe right-wing effort underway.
Our question centers on this, a 2025 Jeep Grand Wagoneer assigned to the mayor that cost taxpayers $163,495, according to records obtained by Spotlight on Maryland. The mayor is right. We have asked this question before, to him, Baltimore City residents, and other elected leaders. But we're asking Scott again, after learning just how far his SUV exceeds the cost of vehicles used by other city and county leaders, and even the state's top official, Governor Wes Moore.
This is ridiculous. Let it go.
You didn't answer the question. How do you justify the cost of this to the taxpayers of Baltimore, the people who live
in
here?
your racist slant?
Governor Wes Moore's 2020.
So they put that on the Shade Room and all the other blogs, and they say, yeah, that's right. They just racist. Leave him alone. He's so cool. He the best. He do the best. He do the best. Congratulations. So continue to associate the fact that somebody is black to be meaning that they deserve a position like this, and then they play in y'all's face. I love it. I'm supporting all this, all 2026, all this food. You bring it on yourselves. And of course, Trump is a 34 count felon. Keep focusing on something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, because you the ones that's sitting up there suffering.
25 Chevrolet Suburban costs about $72,000, with roughly $10,000 in security upgrades, a total of $82,141. Scott's vehicle price breaks down differently, about $98,000 for the SUV itself and nearly $65,000 in security upgrades, a 99% price difference, almost double.
Base price of SUVs now, as you know, between $90,000 and $100,000.
Spotlight on Maryland fact-checked that claim. A 2026 Jeep Grand Wagoneer MSRP starts below $65,000. A 2026 Chevrolet Suburban starts around $63,000, and a 2026 Ford Expedition starts near $62,000. Prices well below what the mayor says.
A vehicle that was purchased in 2023 is not the same price as 2025, right? You have to understand that reality. When you look at, I'm talking, you can listen to and let me talk, please. We heard your question. You've asked the same idiotic question now for 3 months.
So, Spotlight on Maryland.
So then go ahead. What is that? Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The same play over and over and over again. Thank you, King Horror. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the Rumble link. Subscribe to Rumble. We're going to be on Rumble this month at some point.
Maryland ran the numbers to see if the mayor was right, comparing only 2025 vehicles with records we obtained. These 4 county executives have vehicles in the price range of $51,000 to $77,000. Governor Moore, $82,000. Mayor Scott, $163,000.
You're talking about a police vehicle with police equipment on it, added on top of that vehicle. It's very simple. And when you look at...
how much is Worley's vehicle? Worley is the person that's the police commissioner, if I'm not mistaken now, the white man. I'm sure he must have more because he's white. Jafari, I appreciate you, hon. A member for 23 months. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. He said, I'm disgusted with Doogie. He's a loser like all the prior corrupt mayors. The stories never stop. The citizens will never be tired of this foolishness. I agree with you. That's why we're supporting it now. We are supporting it all. Shout out to Baltimore.
These are not astronomical costs.
Of all the records we reviewed, only one other executive vehicle exceeds $100,000. Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley's 2024 Chevrolet Tahoe, with $28,000 of security upgrades, has a price tag of $108,242.
This is the police commissioner. This is the police commissioner. Okay.
In comparison, Worley's 6-figure total is still $55,000 less than the mayor's Grand Wagoneer.
Spotlight on Maryland spent months chasing down records for the story. Sometimes we encountered delays, and other times there was finger pointing over who actually had the documents we were looking for. But the numbers are clear. Mayor Scott's SUV is the most expensive, even compared with leaders who have larger jurisdictions, greater security risks, and higher travel demands.
More than the governor, from what I understand. But if they like it, we love it. We support y'all, Baltimore. We will continue to follow what goes on in Baltimore because we back on this shit. However, we still got to keep up with the foolishness. Yeah. All right. So, Hypocrite has another video. Shout out to House of Hypocrites. Almost 7:30. All right. I got until 8 o'clock. Anton Daniels and Six the Goddess situation just got worse. How, child? How it get worse? Shout out to House of Hypocrites. Child, let's hear it.
Because in his mind, oh, I flew you out. You met my family. First of all, I'm a content creator. I'm not a fake content creator. It's not my side hustle. It's not my side job. I am a full-time, real deal content creator. Many people bring me on their platforms for interviews to speak. I've done movies. I've done acting. Like, I've done it all. Okay. This is what I really do. All right. So if you have a platform and you want to collab with me, that's business. That is not, I flew you. It's not you flew me out to your house for us to hang out and kumbaya. No, you're a content creator. I'm a content creator. You brought me on your platform to create content.
Before we get in, but just a little backstory. See, Six the Goddess had an issue with Anton Daniels basically having this white saviors complex. And he basically took the side of Just Purdy's when she was basically saying some racist shit. Six the Goddess appears to and speak of black people as if she's pro-black. I fuck with it. Anton was sneak dissing her. So she had to pull the receipts while he was online. But like I said, I don't know if this rehashing a new beef or old beef, but we got to get into it. It's a pattern with Anton Daniels when he's getting into it with these women, and his son, like 2K, can't understand why people that was close to him disconnected from him. So let's get into the video.
Like, why do you create the narrative before we even had a conversation?
I don't need to have a conversation with you, Anton, because you lied.
What did I lie about?
I don't want to go back and forth with you. Lied. You all.
Child, we didn't already seen this, and y'all know where we brought it up first. Now everybody is going to revisit this. Let me get past all this because I'm not trying to hear it again. Come on, child. Shout out to Mr. Wombat. I appreciate you, boo. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Mayor Brandon Scott. I feel like he did say that. I support it. Shout out to Baltimore, child. I support it all. Shout out to Duke.
Because I find it very interesting.
It was specifically.
Oh shit, this is the same shit. I am not trying to hear this over and over again. Let me get to her what she got to say, child.
It was about courting. And the reason that I went into detail about it, because I said that specifically it was women that was working behind the scenes trying to destroy us and had different people working.
That I've betrayed and I'm not loyal. And so let me just make sure we understand this. The question was, who was this about?
That was working behind the scenes trying to.
Why just Pearly Things is more successful than you? Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all saw this video that I did. Okay. So I want y'all to keep in mind that this video that I'm referencing is 3 months old. Okay.
Said that specifically it was women that was working behind the scenes trying to destroy us and had different people working. And it was more than just Courtney, but it wasn't just Courtney by herself, but it was.
Child, I agree. Because, I mean, House is desperate and annoying. He juicing the hell out of this limit or whatever he's saying. Like, it's new to him, I guess. But child, now that I'm not trying to rehear all this. So that's what that looks like. All right. No shade, but I'm not trying to hear all that because I already covered it. And now everybody want to cover it. But let me see. Hold on a second. Because that's what I forgot to bring up. Hold on a second. What I think is interesting is this right here. Mika is rebranding. Mika is rebranded. Now, everybody been using the word. Shout out to Izzy Bands yesterday. Shout out to Izzy Bands from yesterday. Who was talking about Frigidaire and allowed me to come up to let people know the reason why I say fuck that nigga. All right. And he can SMD if I had one. All right. Because what you're not going to do is think that you going to illegally send people to go and try to flag the channel just while using my video at the same time and think that I'm supposed to bow down to that nigga. I don't know what's wrong with some of y'all. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. I don't know what's wrong with some of y'all, but you can allow somebody to disrespect your ass and then you go and fucking go talk to them. That nigga owes me a fucking apology, period, point, fucking blank. And if y'all don't understand it, then fuck y'all. You heard? I don't give a shit about that nigga anyway. His ass ain't never answered back to Trinidad. He a whole ass man, and Frigidaire is a whole ass nigga, a bitch ass nigga who's doing juicing like Fa says the hell out of this shit because of his issue with Anton, right? So he, like I said before, couldn't go and create his own content. So now he has to squeeze the most out of this with Anton because he had a problem with him because he didn't call him back when I was sick, if y'all recall. All these other people, I'm not calling no names, that got a problem with Anton for years now. Now they coming out to say something because it's a gang up mentality. It's a gang up mentality. I'm not talking about hypocrite because he's new, not new to YouTube, but new on this shit, right? But these people already had relationships with Anton and they couldn't, quote unquote, hold him accountable for their issues. So now let's jump on this train All right. And let's go hold him accountable. And I don't even understand how they even say that shit. Again, hold him accountable, child. But my question is, why couldn't y'all do that on your fucking own? I most certainly can. I don't need to wait around for somebody to jump all up. I done already told that bitch ass nigga what I had to tell that bitch ass nigga that night. I done told that bitch ass nigga when I did my stream. And Trendon told that bitch ass nigga when he did the damn stream. And he ain't never say shit back. I don't have to wait 10 years later for something to happen and then I'll be like, oh my God. No, fuck that. Okay? Stand on fucking business. These supposed to be adults, allegedly. Trying to tell other people, oh, this happened, you should talk about this. Oh, this happened, you should talk about that. Jumping on this train. Because to me, that's clout. Shout out to Omega. That's exactly what I was about to say. That's clout chasing. That's absolutely clout chasing. Because, child, if y'all sat up there with Anton and y'all was getting paid your $200, your $2,000, whatever the fuck it is, and y'all was happy then until it was time for y'all to go, and now y'all want to be out here talking about him to jump on the train, cool, do your thing. Because y'all need somebody behind your ass. Y'all need somebody to support y'all's asses. Y'all need somebody to be there with you because you ain't shit. Stand up for your own fucking self. Do some shit for your own fucking self. I would look like a fucking idiot coming out here 2 years from now talking about Frigidaire. No, fuck that shit. If you ain't man or woman enough to come up there and deal with that shit when that shit was happening, you ain't shit either. I said that, I meant that. I ain't say no names, so if you feel guilty, that's a you problem. That's a you fucking problem. But I don't give no fucking passes when motherfuckers do me wrong. Y'all can do that shit, not me. Fuck that. From the gate when you do shit wrong over here or to me. I don't play. Play those games with your mom. Don't play them games with me. Feel however the fuck you want to feel. I don't need to name names because y'all motherfuckers, I know you listening and I know you know who you are. Do your thing, child, just like the people in Baltimore. Do y'all's thing. Have the fuck at it. Have the fuck at it. Same thing when it comes to anybody else. You the people that need somebody else to help you do something for your own fucking self. Anyway, whatever. Back to this. The messy, like I didn't heard the name messy so much now. Shout out to TLA for helping me come up with my name.
She was fucking his best friend. So, you know, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
Everybody getting ass. That will never go away. That's a classic. Shout out to TLA. Now everybody want to use the word messy. Now, I'm not saying that she did this because of me. It has anything to do with me. Believe me, I'm not saying that at all. Messy is a open word. But how is it that she's the messy conservative? How are you a messy conservative? Is this a play off of what is allegedly going on with Anton? Is this so if this is the messy conservative now, and Mika, if you're listening, you know, welcome to talk. You know how to get in touch with me, right? But if you're the messy conservative, is this to go along with Anton being messy, which is what everyone is saying for allegedly being a Christian conservative, and now everybody trying to quote unquote hold him accountable and trying to prove how he's not? So is that what this is? So are they working together like Ringo had said, allegedly? Making this continue on and continue on? Because no tea, no shade. I don't get messy when I see Mika, when I hear Mika at all. I don't get messy from her at all. I get caught off guard. I get maybe not knowing how to handle a firestorm like this. You know what I mean? But to rebrand as messy, child, how much conservatism talk is there anyway? This Trump one right here is from a year ago. This is DL Hughley, Clown L. This is Joe Biden from a year ago. Let's see what's recent. Don Lemon, that's a month ago. So the last time she streamed was a month ago. This is Jasmine Crockett. What is this? Is this Somali fraud allegations rock Columbus? Okay. Somali in Ohio. Here's some Trump stuff. Liberal media melts down after Trump doubles down on Rob Reiner. Well, that's a long time ago, because rest in peace to Rob Reiner. That ish happened a while ago. So where's the messiness supposed to be? Where are we getting messy at? I mean, maybe we got to wait for the next live stream. Oh, let me go live stream. All right, let me go live stream. 2 weeks ago, Mika and Dave live. She had Dave, what's his name, on. So that was 2 weeks ago. The Super Bowl shit, Bad Bunny, that was 3 weeks ago. Nicki Minaj, Ilyan, that was a month ago. Tim Waltz. Where's the conservative stuff at, though? All right, down here with Trump when he took over Venezuela. I don't know, y'all. Nicki Minaj down here when she went to see Erica Kirk. I don't know. I just don't get messy. But maybe something is about to change, right? And talk about the mess of the conservatives. Maybe she about to talk about Anton since he's a conservative. And this shit is looking messy. It could be that. I guess we just have to wait to see. But it's interesting how all the word messy is coming up so damn much lately. Thank you so much, Night Jade. She said black men turn into black women when drama is around. Some specific ones for show. But if this works, I don't know how this works. I mean, I do like this banner up here. Very nice. And she got a new profile over here. I'm just trying to understand who's going to take this seriously. No shade. But who's going to take this seriously? I don't know. Maybe it's something to come and I just don't understand it. So I guess we'll just wait and see. Good luck to her. No tea, no shade. But y'all, it's very interesting. Everybody wants to be messy. But speaking of messy, this guy here said that Anton Daniel's side chick is striking my channel. Allegedly, 2 videos gone. The Confidence Creator, 28,000, almost 29,000 here on YouTube. Everyone wants to know, did Mika... Oh, I don't care about that. But yeah, so that's his title. Let's see what he got to say, because Taz got struck by Mika. I'm a tossing allegedly. We already did that stream, but he shows us and went over everything. And now he's going in on Mika, I think every day, but he said Mika Monday yesterday. But I think he's going in on her every day. He said until she takes that strike off, he going in on her every day. I think it was for the music. Shout out to the music, though. I like that music. I think she had a budding career, child. She a dancer, she a rapper, she a singer, she a writer. I mean, come on, what more do you want? What more do you want from E? What more do you want? But let's hear what he got to say. Confidence Creator.
I got 2 copyright strikes, y'all.
Hold on. Damn.
I got 2 copyrights.
These are saying March 2nd. Damn. What's today? That's yesterday. Remove the messy conservative content removed by the messy conservative. Do you see my mouse? It says it right here. Content removed by the messy conservative. Mika Going Wild, published on the 27th. And then this one says content removed by Domino Effect LLC. It says Mika twerking full music video. It's tough out here in these streets.
Strikes, y'all. Damn. I made that video of Mika throwing cake, twerking all over the place.
Damn, we didn't see all this. We missed a lot, y'all.
Place booty cheeks everywhere, and they got us.
Yo, they got us, bro. Just come on, bro. They got us.
And it's back up. The link is in the description. It's on Kevin Durant's burner account. I sent it to him personally, so go copyright strike him too. But he told me,
oh, well, that's not cute.
Personally, he's gonna repost it each time you strike it down. So I don't think you're gonna win that, but that's between you and Kevin.
Wait, why are we talking about Generation X right now? I'm confused. What is going on?
Kevin Durant. And Mika, you are playing a dangerous game, young lady, that could result in you getting your channel taken down.
Is this guy a Generation Xer? He looks too young to me. Do y'all know this dude?
Not mine, because this isn't my first rodeo. So I appealed the strikes, and now you're gonna have to sue me. But not just sue me, you're gonna have to prove that the videos I made aren't fair use. But the problem is, they are. So you're not gonna win, and YouTube has given you two options. You either sue me, and I will countersue you, or you do nothing, and the videos will go back up in 10 days. But Mika, if you emailed me and said, hey, why are you doing this? I would have said, my beef's not with you. It's with Anton, who always has something to say about the Black community. Young lady, what do you need? And you would have said, hey, can you take the videos down? And I would have said, no.
Daryl is here. He said this confidence creator, he's been here for a long time. Clearly, he said no. That was funny. That was funny.
Honestly, I would have taken the twerk video down. I was always planning to unlist the video. Someone just asked me to drop the full video, and I did. But I was always gonna unlist that video. I even said it in that video. Yeah, I couldn't find the full video, but I think this is enough for y'all.
Why does he talk like this? Why does he talk like this? No shade, no shade.
And I'm unlisting this video because I don't want all this cheek clapping on my channel. And when it came to the second video, I would have changed the title and thumbnail back to being about Anton. But that video will stay up. But if somebody glanced at my channel, you wouldn't obviously be the focus of that video. And once the views died down, no one would have been looking for a video of you twerking when the title of the video is about Anton. And this is still an option, to be honest with you, if you want to email me or just remove the copyright strike.
Child, fair use, child. Let me toss it out there, child. Fair use. But this is funny. I'm sorry. Not that he got struck, because I think that's bullshit. Honestly, I really do. Yeah, I'm not into striking people, right? Unless they just completely take your shit and just upload it and just don't do anything. Other than that, it's fucking bullshit. If you want to review somebody's shit because they put it on up here, that's that. Don't get mad because people don't love you like you think that they should. That's anybody.
Strikes. I will make those changes. But Mika, if I have to wait 10 days for my video to get put back up because you did nothing, when they get back up, you have earned $500 in AdSense money. Hey, Mr. Confidence, what does that mean? It means every time someone searches your name, your YouTube name, your rap name, whatever name that's associated with you, whether it's on Google or YouTube, once they get back on YouTube, my video will show up. So let me know what you want to do, because no attorney is going to take this seriously. You can't just sue people.
That's not true, because Corey Holcomb got an attorney who will take it seriously, allegedly, and so does Kendrick Williams. And shout out to MAB Dub.
Because you don't like what they say about you. Huh? And best believe I am going to countersue you, for emotional distress, my attorney fees, and wages lost on YouTube.
What?
So I hope Anton has your back financially, because I've been suing people since I was 19. Hell, recently,
Damn, you only look 20. What are we talking about?
I just spent $30,000 suing somebody for $20,000. But my attorney said it would cost me $50,000. So using girl math, I made $30,000.
You stupid.
And to the folks that are a little slow, I lost $10,000, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Some people love to fight, but me personally, I love to sue. I'll be in court like, objection, Your Honor. Then they be like, sir,
Shut up.
sit down. This is traffic court.
I know you fucking lying.
I know YouTube's made it easy to send these requests out. I've got 3 requests myself, but you can definitely get in trouble for sending out fake copyright strikes. So let me know what you want to do, because I've got attorney money, but you and I both know you're not going to do all that. And if I have to wait for my videos to come up, you will 100% get this $500 in AdSense money. So send me an email, young lady. I think that's your best option. Or just take the strikes down. I'll work with you.
Not another one, child. That's two people that's, you know, that we know of, that I know of anyway, where they like, yeah, nah, we not rolling out like that. We need you to remove them strikes. Maybe that's the messiness part that she's talking about, yeah. Maybe that's where she's being messy, because she's a messy conservative now, yeah. This is interesting though, y'all. This is interesting. Anyway, yeah, I did have it on a higher speed. So imagine if it was on a slower speed. Lord help your people. But y'all, I'm a little bit over than as long as I needed to be. I do have to get to work, and y'all need to get to work too. But I appreciate y'all for coming in here for this early stream. I like it. I'll let y'all know the next time a little bit earlier to know to be here or be square. I'll be back tonight, not sure what time, so turn on the notifications. Hopefully y'all will come back. We got some ish to talk about for show. We'll see if anybody has put any more videos out. You know, tonight is 5150 night. And then we'll see what Poetic Flacco has to say tomorrow. So maybe there's a stream tomorrow morning. We shall see. Shout out to everyone that, exactly right. Shout out to everyone that donated today. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Hype this daggone video. I see you all in the next one.